People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bitech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Bouse Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good evening and welcome to Fennimore High School. It is time for the sectional round in the WIAA High School Volleyball postseason tournament, and our feature matchup tonight on Super Hits 106, superhits106.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel features the Fennimore Golden Eagles, the number 1 seed in Division 4 Regional 2B, taking on the number 3 seed Cashton Eagles. This is our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center Monroe. Broadcasting for the best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, and this is our Raleigh Cheese pre-match show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. The Fennimore Golden Eagles come into tonight's matchup with an overall record of 29-11. They were 4-3 in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League this season, earned a number 1 seed in this bracket, and their path to this round include victories over 8th-seeded Iowa Grant in 3 sets, as well as a 3-set sweep of number 5-seeded Bangor on Saturday in the regional championship. Believe that is the first regional title for Fennimore since 2004, according to head coach Mickey Beckwar. And for the Cashton Eagles, they come into this matchup, the number 3 seed, coming off victories against number 6-seeded Wisconsin Heights in 4 sets, and then a 5-set thriller against the number 2 seed Brookwood on Saturday night to get to the sectional semifinal round here this evening. Cashton with an overall record of 21-12. They were 11-3 in the Scenic Bluffs this season. The winner of this match advances to Arcadia in the sectional final on Saturday, and they will take on either Cochrane Fountain City or Blair Taylor. And if we get any updates on that match, we'll bring it to you on our Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Also on our Queen Bee Radio family stations tonight, we have Marshall taking on Mineral Point. And we also have Southwestern at Pecatonica on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Highland is at home. And that Marshall Mineral Point matchup, that is on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Lost the schedule here for who Highland is facing, but the Highland Cardinals are in action over on ESPN Radio AM 1590. WVVL Steve Prestegard with the call of that matchup. Coming up next on our Raleigh Cheese pre-match show, we'll talk with both head coaches. Had a chance to catch up with Mickey Beckwar of Fennimore as well as Chris Kleba of the Cashton Eagles. We asked them about the players on the Russell office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit russelllaw.wi.com. Also get you the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the match, and the opening serve between Cashton and Fennimore in a battle of Eagles to decide who advances to Saturday's sectional final and be one match away from state. Our Raleigh Cheese pre-match show continues after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pre-game one.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Enjoy the colors of fall and take a drive to Raleigh Cheese House. Stop in and try our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. Try our own fresh, squeaky cheese curds made every week. We also carry many other local cheeses, a wide variety of snacks, deli sandwiches, and beverages. It is worth the drive to shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23 Shellsburg.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you. Up there getting mad, acting like we're all out there making $1 million a game. Well, let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
And all student athletes in Wisconsin.
When it comes to protecting your home, your roof is your first line of defense. For trusted local roofing expertise, turn to Midwest Roofing and Construction. They're dedicated to providing quality roofing services from minor repairs to complete replacements all year long. Count on their experienced team for reliable workmanship. Call for a free estimate at 1-800-551-8251. That's 1-800-551-8251. Midwest Roofing and Construction, your local roofing pros. Pre-game one.
Raleigh Cheese pre-match show continues on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cashton and Fennimore going at it in tonight's WIAA Division IV sectional semifinal matchup. We're joined by Cashton head coach Chris Kleba. Coach, thank you for joining us and congratulations on winning the regional championship against Brookwood on Saturday night. A thrilling 3-2 victory and now an opportunity to advance one more level here tonight against the Fennimore Golden Eagles, the number 1 seed. Talk about the team's performance overall during the season and what have been the strengths of this team throughout the regular season and through the regional round.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. So throughout the season, you know, if you look at our stats, I mean, our strengths are kind of our outside for hitters. We've been doing a great job blocking, keeping focus, trying to keep our blocks together, not open. And then for our focus throughout the year, we've been just trying to play for the next point. You know, early on, we had a lot of new varsity players. They were really getting down on themselves while the match was going on. And that's, you know, as you know, it's a struggle. Then you're defeating yourself. You're playing the mental game. So it's all about playing the next point.
I've been talking about that regional championship that you guys won on Saturday night and what that accomplishment means to you and this group of girls, and what's been the area of growth you're most satisfied with that has led to that accomplishment.
Sure. So prior to this year, we made the regional final 4 out of the last 6 years. Only 1 year we made it. That was during the COVID year, in the spring alternative year. So for them, and a lot of them are returning varsity players, it's really, that's where we stop. That's where we ended the season, and we really wanted to keep on going. So this was a huge thing to overcome. And then coming from a rival that's 20 minutes away from us, that was a big deal.
All right, Chris Kleba with us on our Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show. The Cashton head coach getting ready for the sectional semifinal volleyball matchup with Fennimore here tonight. Russell Office's injury report. Talk about the team health heading into the matchup with the Golden Eagles.
Probably just like everybody else. We got our bumps and bruises, that's for sure. You just watch me tape a couple of ankles. So that's what we're dealing with. The girls have been really good about seeing the trainer, working on the stuff that they can, rolling out their muscles. But right now, once they hit the court, I think that all goes away and they just want to play.
All right, excellent. And then the key to the matchup against Fennimore, no stranger to the Golden Eagles. Saw them in the postseason a year ago. Talk about this year's version of the Golden Eagles and what does Cashton have to do tonight?
They got some really good hitters. They run a 5-1. We just got to be on our toes, ready for anything. They're not going to wait until the third attack or third ball to attack us. We just got to be ready to play, especially when the setter's in the front row, and then make sure our blocks are together. We got to focus on what we're going to do as far as blocking scheme and just make sure we get there.
All right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
Yep, that's Chris Kleba, the head coach of the Cashton Eagles, and we'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pre-game 2.
Life can get busy. Work, family, endless to-do lists, but don't let your health take a backseat. A mammogram is an important screening that only takes a few minutes, and it could be a step toward peace of mind for you and your loved ones. Whether it's your first or your annual visit, Grant Regional makes it quick, easy, and it's one thing you can check off your list. Make your health a priority. Schedule your mammogram today, accepting medical associates, dean, and quartz insurance to name a few. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Partner with Fuller's Milker Center and GIA for your next milking system. From the Dairy Pro Q robotic rotary parlor to the Dairy Robot R9500 robotic box milking system, you select the best fit for your operation. With GIA, you can also choose from market-leading conventional parlors, fully equipped with automated accessories. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to start building your dream milking facility.
Fuller's Milker Center.
Stock up with big fall savings at Menards. Winterize with RV and Marine antifreeze and automotive antifreeze on sale now. Save big on an 8-pack of 100-watt or 12-pack of 60-watt LED light bulbs. Protect your home and family with great sale prices on select security lights and smoke alarms. Plus, stay warm with a fantastic selection of space heaters on sale. Check out Menards' weekly flyer for all the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, this is Will Dunson with Dubuque Mattress. Why is a Dubuque Mattress customer a customer for life? It's simple. At Dubuque Mattress, the customer is number one. Period. The customer's happiness is the most important thing. If there is anything I can do to help you sleep better, I will. Whether it's while you're looking at a new mattress, 6 months later, or 10 years after you've purchased from us, you are still number one.
Dubuque Mattress Factory. You get a little snooze time.
Pre-game 2.
The Raleigh Chiefs pre-match show continues on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. WIAA Division IV sectional semifinal action tonight as the Fennimore Golden Eagles square off against the Cashton Eagles. And we're joined by Fennimore head coach Mickey Beckwar. Coach, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your team's advancement into the sectional round and getting the regional championship on Saturday night. A 3-set sweep of Bangor after defeating Iowa Grant in the regional semifinal round. Winning in straight sets in both those matches and some very strong hitting by your players in that regional round. Talk about the things that have gone right for the Golden Eagles in this first part of the postseason and the momentum that the Eagles have heading into the sectional round.
Yeah, the kids have really been doing awesome. Our back row seems to really step it up and starting us off with some good passes so that we can set up those big hitters. And we do kind of have a rotation that one hitter's up there for the round, and then as soon as one's gone, the other one's back up in there. And then the other ones have been picking up and getting, those little hits and kills that we need.
Yeah, but in addition to the hitting, Bradley Zink doing an outstanding job in the assist department, really setting those players up. And, I mentioned this during our post-match interview against Iowa Grant. Everything looked to be very crisp as far as execution-wise, being able to get the passes and placing the ball where it needs to be. Talk about what's been going into that aspect of the game, and has that just kind of been a thing that's been building up as the season goes along?
Yeah, I would have to say it builds up as it goes along. Briley's always done a great job moving that ball around for us. And, sometimes we haven't done the best passing, and she seems to get there. But I felt like the last two games, like we've been passing, and she hasn't had to be running as much and chasing it. And so we really have had some nice sets coming in there from her.
All right, Mickey Beckwar with us on our Rally Cheese pre-match show, getting ready for Fennimore and Cashton in our Division 4 sectional semifinal. The Russell office's injury report. You had players coming back the last time we talked, heading into pregame against the Panthers. Talk about the health status of the team heading into the matchup tonight against Cashton.
We're holding our own, maybe a little banged up, but I think we're going to be fine.
All right, excellent. And then the keys to the match, taking on Cashton, coming off the upset win against Brookwood in 5 sets. Played a thrilling match in that matchup on Saturday night, and Cashton and a familiar opponent in the postseason as well. Talk about what you've seen from this year's version of the Cashton Eagles, and what does Fennimore have to do tonight?
Last year that Dempsey, she's back. She's an outside hitter. She's an outstanding hitter. We definitely know, again, we can't stop her, but we have got to limit her. She is definitely a threat for that team, and they have another outside that comes around. So blocking is going to be a key for us tonight to help slow it down for our back row.
All right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
That's Mickey Beckwar, head coach of the Fennimore Golden Eagles. We'll have more on the Raleigh Cheese pre-match show after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lady Center Monroe High School Sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPBL.com.
In Game 1.
Back on the Raleigh Cheese pre-match show on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore and Cashton going at it in tonight's WIAA Division 4 sectional semifinal. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. Heard the coaches mention the players in the Russell office's injury report. No players to report that will be injured, just both teams beat up and banged up a little bit, but as we mentioned, if you've been injured, contact Russell offices, their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLaw.wi.com. Let's set up the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at FullerSmokerCenter.com. For the visiting number 3 seeded Cashton Eagles, again 21-12 on the season, 11-3 in the Scenic Bluffs this season. And their starting lineup goes like this. A senior outside hitter, number 7, Vivi Dempsey, averaging 4.4 kills per set, 3.7 digs per set, and 74 aces on the season. Also starting the middle hitter, number 8, Tessa Sanders, a senior with 1.4 kills per set and 52 aces. Also starting a middle hitter, a junior, number 9, Evelyn Miller. A junior outside hitter, number 10, Aubrey Shaldock. Shaldock averaging 2.7 kills per set, 2.8 digs per set, and 52 aces on the campaign. The libero tonight, a junior, number 12, Kennedy Brown. Brown averaging 4.2 digs per set and 33 serving aces on the year. A center and right side hitter, number 15, Kate Wall. Kate Wall averaging 2.6 digs per set, 7.6 assists per set, and 15 serving aces on the year. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Cashton Eagles is a right side and outside hitter, number 22, Gabby Hyatt. Hyatt with 23 serving aces on the year. The Cashton Eagles are coached by Chris Kleba and is assisted by Dana Brown, Sarah Peterson, and Jordan Clark. For the Fennimore Golden Eagles, 29-11, 4-3 in the swallow, the number 1 seed in Sectional 2B. And their starting lineup goes like this. The libero, number 0, Kaylee Shapletsky. Shapletsky averaging 4.1 digs per set and 41 serving aces. A center and right side hitter, number 1, Briley Zink, the junior, averaging 3 digs per set, 7.9 assists per set, and 80 serving aces. A senior right side hitter, number 5, Peyton Lindowski. Lindowski averaging 1.2 kills per set. A senior outside hitter, number 7, Bailey Bray. Bray averaging 1.4 kills per set, 1 dig per set, and 30 aces. A junior middle hitter, number 8, Brooklyn Ritchie. Ritchie averaging 3.3 kills per set, 3.1 digs per set, and 42 aces on the year. A junior setter and defensive specialist, number 12, Addison Meckley. Meckley averaging 1.3 digs per set and 16 serving aces. And running out the starting lineup, a senior outside hitter and middle hitter, number 13, Rhiannon Nelson-Hahn. Nelson-Hahn averaging 4.1 kills per set, 2.1 digs per set, and 31 aces on the season. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for Mickey Beckwar's Fennimore Golden Eagles. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup, existing parlor remodel, Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Volleyball tonight is sponsored by Mount City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountCityBank.com. And my Beatty's Eagles Nest of Fennimore. Join them Friday night, October 31st for a live band and costume party. There's always something going on at the Nest. Beatty's Eagles Nest in Fennimore. And by Midwest Builders Incorporated of Fennimore, specializing in commercial and light industrial construction, building lasting relationships in the tri-state area since 1992. Midwest Builders Incorporated of Fennimore. And by Speedy Mart, offering top quality gasoline along with snacks and beverages for your family. Speedy Mart in Fennimore. Reminder on our Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Over on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. DeSoto at Highland in Division 5. And over on 97.7 Country, WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Southwestern at Pecatonica. The winner of that heads to Barneveld. And on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Marshall is at Mineral Point in a Division 3 sectional semifinal here tonight. And as we mentioned, we'll follow all of our local teams as far as they go in this high school volleyball postseason here in Southwest Wisconsin. A reminder coming up tomorrow, high school football on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. 5 games on the slate. We have Platteville at Baldwin Woodville. That's on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore is at Darlington on X1071. Potosi Castle at Johnson Creek right here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cashton is at Blackhawk Warren on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And Seneca Wazeeka Steuben at Hilbert on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and technology permitting on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. If Fennimore wins their volleyball match tonight, we intend to follow them to Arcadia. We'll have that match on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We also are coordinating with Arcadia as well to try and bring that to you on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as well. Make sure to subscribe to the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel so you can get notified of when our games begin. You can check out the archive of some of the previous games and matches that we've had prior to the fall 2025 regular season. Once the fall sports are over here in 2025, we'll be able to unlock the previous matches that we have archived for you and be able to relive all the great moments from the regular season and the postseason. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back with the Fuller Smoker Center, or the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the match, and the opening serve between Fennimore and Cashton. This has been the Raleigh Cheese Pre-Match Show, presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. First serve coming up next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 2.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpdl.com.
In Game 2.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. First serve coming up between Fennimore and Cashton in our WIAA Division 4 sectional semifinal. Winner goes to Arcadia for the sectional final and will be on the doorstep of going to the Resch Center in Green Bay for the state tournament. High school volleyball tonight brought to you by Southwest Health. With over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. By Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Woodlaw Office serving you in Fennimore and Basketball. For all of your legal matters, Woodlaw Office, Fennimore, and Basketball. Tim Slack Auction and Realty has buyers looking for agricultural, commercial, and residential properties. Call Tim, Kathy Chase, and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty and Lancaster. Fennimore Area Chamber of Commerce proudly supports our hardworking student athletes and the amazing fans who cheer them on. Keep that hometown spirit going by joining them for the Fennimore Holiday Festival on November 29th, a celebration of lights, holiday cheer, and all the charm that makes Fennimore special. Learn more by following the Fennimore Area Chamber of Commerce on Facebook, and by Community First Bank. For the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. Both teams on their respective sides of the net. Fennimore to my right and to the right side of your screen, as you see on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cashton now to the left. And I am positioned right in the middle in the bleachers between both fan bases, so should expect a bipartisan reactions here this evening. Our Cuba City Family Dental colors of the match brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Fennimore in their home white jerseys. Fennimore written across the chest in gold with maroon numbers outlined in gold trim and black trunks. And for the Cashton Eagles, they are in their traveling maroon jerseys. Cashton written in white across the chest with gray numbers outlined in white and black trunks as well. Those are the colors of the match brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. And we will now pause for tonight's national anthem from Fennimore High School.
Now would you please rise and honor America for the playing of our national anthem.
And now we are ready for volleyball from Fennimore, WIAA Division IV Sectional Semifinal on Dubuque Super Hits 106, KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque. Also on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center, Monroe. Tonight's match also brought to you by the Butcher Shop in Fennimore. The Butcher Shop offers great tasting beef and pork bundles, plus plenty of heat and serve options to feed your family. The Butcher Shop in Fennimore. And the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. Also by Sups.com. Fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products from a locally owned company. Visit their Fennimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations and at Sups.com. And by Mount City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. Midwest Builders Incorporated of Fennimore, specializing in commercial and light industrial construction, building lasting relationships in the tri-state area since 1992. Midwest Builders Incorporated of Fennimore. Speedy Mart offers top quality gasoline along with snack and beverages to feed your family. Speedy Mart in Fennimore. And by Beatty's Eagles Nest of Fennimore. Join them Friday night, October 31st for a live band and costume party. There's always something going on at the Nest. Beatty's Eagles Nest in Fennimore. Also by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz of the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Our audio stream tonight powered by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Introductions are over. Fennimore on the right side of the net. Cashton to the left as I see it for the best seat in the house of the year's furniture broadcast booth. And as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Both these teams regional champions. And both are 2 matches away from playing at the Resch Center in Green Bay in the WIAA State Tournament. As it is a great turnout on this Thursday night for high school volleyball. Both these teams have football teams that are also competing. Both these schools, I should say, have football teams competing in the Level 2 round. So a lot of fun athletic accomplishments going on in the fall 2025 season for both institutions. And Cashton will begin serving tonight. Kate Wall, the senior. 15 serving aces on the year, takes a couple dribbles. Near side official gives a signal. Ladder official blows the whistle. We're underway on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Going on the attack is Bailey Bray off the return, and now Cashton with it on their side. 50-50 ball at the net, and Fennimore can't get it back over. Cashton on the board first, 1-0 in set number 1. Kate Wall set to serve again, standing on the near side of the end line. Standing serve, punches it over. Played in the back row by Nelson Hahn. Backwards pass, and now an attack by Bailey Bray. Controlled in the front row by Cashton, and the ball finds the floor on the Cashton side right in front of the net. Fennimore's now on the board, serving 1 in set number 1, and back to serve for the Golden Eagles is number 1, Briley Zink. Briley Zink has 80 serving aces on the season. Standing on the far side of the floor with a couple dribbles. And here's the serve. Serve clears the net, controlled in the back row by the libero Kennedy Brown. A backwards pass to the net, but unable to get that one is Vivi Dempsey. It went over her head. Misread it. And it is 2 serving 1. Fennimore in the lead for the first time tonight. Zink set to serve once again. Here's her serve. Serve arcs over the net. Played in the front row by Evie Weber. And returned to the Fennimore side. Czapleski with a set. Bailey Bray goes on the attack, and it finds the floor off the fingertips of Gabby Hyatt along the front row. First kill of the match. I believe that was for Bailey Bray. Now running jump serve for Zink. And a push to the front row off the serve, and a miscommunication along the front row between Briley Zink and Bailey Bray as the ball finds the floor. A you got it, no you got it situation, and it'll be Cashton serving, 2 serving 3. Running jump serve for Vivi Dempsey. Playing in the back row by Shapletsky. Now an attack on the far side, and getting it down is number 8, Brooklyn Ritchie. Brooklyn Ritchie with her first kill of the match, 4 serving 2, and Ritchie back to serve for the Eagles. Serving end line middle, running jump serve, played in the back row by Kennedy Brown. Push to the front, now an attack far side, and a diving dig to keep it alive, but unsuccessful by Ritchie, and it will be Cashton's point. As I believe the credit for the kill will go to Evelyn Weber. And back to serve is the libero, number 12, Kennedy Brown, wearing the gray libero jersey. And her service popped up by Ritchie, and it hits the rafters, and that'll be an ace for Kennedy Brown. Tied at 4 in set number 1, just underway on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Division 4 Sectional Semifinal. Serve punched over by Kennedy Brown, pushed up in the back row, now an attack near side. Brianna Nelson Hahn, and the third hit goes into the net for Cashton, and Fennimore back in the lead, 5 serving 4 in set number 1. Claire Bank with 3 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. The serve by Bailey Bray, played in the back row by Kennedy Brown, and now pushed over on the third hit by Vivi Dempsey. Set up in the middle for Bailey Bray, and the attack for Nelson Hahn gets it down in front of 2 defenders for the kill. Brandon Nelson Hahn doing outstanding, coming back from injury in the regional round. Now a standing serve for Bailey Bray. A liner just skirts over the top of the net, and Vivi Dempsey has to attack it from the back row for the third hit. Set up near side of the attack. Nelson Hahn going for the attack and bringing the power behind that swing. Nelson Hahn with another kill. 7 serving 4. Fennimore in front in set number 1. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's, gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Attack on the far side off the return by Cashton, and Fennimore quickly returns it back. Cashton Eagles with it on their side, and just tapping it over and finding a gap on the near side was number 10, Aubrey Shaldock. Shaldock with her first kill of the match unofficially, and it's 5 serving 7. With the Cashton Eagles serving, Gabby Hyatt, the senior, will send it over. Played in the back row by Nelson Hahn. Now an attack near side for Lindowski. He goes into the net, and 4 hits called against Fennimore. Point goes to Cashton. 6 serving 7. McNett Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Serve played in the back row by Shapletsky. She had to dive to keep it alive, and Fennimore able to return it on the third hit. Set up on the far side for the attack, and a great dive to keep it alive by Zink. Now an attack by Lindowski, and chased down in the back corner by Vivi Dempsey. Cashton able to return it on the third hit. Now Nelson Hahn with the tap over and paints the end line for the kill. Able to paint the near sideline for the kill was Nelson Hahn. She didn't have to put a lot of force behind that one, just put it where the defenders weren't. And now it's 8 serving 6 with number 12, Addison Meckley, serving for the Golden Eagles. And a running jump serve stays in bounds for an ace. Ace number 17 of the season for Addison Meckley, as that one just stayed in bounds along the end line. And now Meckley with a couple dribbles set to serve it over again. 9 serving 6. Here's the running jump serve into the net for the first service error of the match. 7 serving 9. And serving for the Eagles, believe is Kate Wall. Beg your pardon, that's Shaldock. And the Golden Eagles go on the attack, and Smashing it down in the middle is Briley Zink. Briley Zink along the middle, putting some power behind that hit, able to paint the near side corner. 10 serving 7. Cashton Eagles with a teardropper on the third hit, but returned quickly by Fennimore, and another light hit. Backwards pass, and now an attack on the far side. Chasing it out of bounds was Kennedy Brown. It would have been out. But quickly returned by Vivi Dempsey, and unable to play it cleanly was number 12, Addison Meckley. Goes off her wrist and out of bounds beyond the end line, and now it's 8 serving 10 with the Cashton Eagles serving. And this is going to be returned by Fennimore, and getting that one down for the kill is Brooklyn Ritchie. 11 serving 9, Fennimore on top. Russell Office is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Offices with locations in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. 50-50 ball at the net, and it goes down for Vivi Dempsey at the net, and we are tied up at 10. Or beg your pardon, I believe it should be 11-10. Should be 11-10 or 11-9. I know for sure Fennimore had 11 points just a moment ago. But the near side official talking to the scores table. And while they sort that out, we'll tell you that our match is brought to you by Breckler Insurance Group. For all of your insurance needs, see Steve Landowski at Breckler Insurance in Fennimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Now both head coaches at the scores table trying to sort that one out. Scoreboard now says 11-10. In favor of Fennimore. And now they say 11-11. For what it's worth, someone is probably watching the replay on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel and probably giving us some sort of indication on what the score should be. The scoreboard now says 11-11, but I thought it would be 10 serving 11. If it is Cashton serving, it is. It's going to be Peyton Briggen set to serve. Briggen, the junior outside hitter. And now Coach Mickey Beckwar talking it over with the near side official, and all of a sudden it's 11-11. Now the near side official going to talk with the ladder official. And while they sort that out, we'll tell you that our broadcast is brought to you by WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and WCC-brands.com. Also by the Highland State Bank and at highlandstatebank.net. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at coleacresgolfandgrill.com. Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. So now we resume play. It is 11 serving 11, and number 16, Peyton Briggen, serves it over for Cashton, and getting the kill along the front row is number 8, Brooklyn Ritchie. Brooklyn Ritchie puts Fennimore back in front, 12 serving 11. Bradley Zink set to serve again for the Golden Eagles. Zink with 1 kill on her stat line so far tonight. And a running jump serve. Clears the net, played in the back row by Kennedy Brown. Now an attack for Vivi Dempsey, but it goes way beyond the end line. Or now they're saying someone from Fennimore was under the net. So now it's 12-12, and Cashton will serve. with Vivi Dempsey set to send it over. Dempsey serving from the far side as I see it. Ball popped up in the back row for Fennimore. Now an attack from the back row. Push to the Cashton side. Cashton returns it on the third hit on the far side. The ball popped up. And now an attack far side. And getting that one down for the kill is Kylie Cole. Kylie Cole able to split the two rows, putting it where the defenders weren't. And Fennimore back in front, 13 serving 12 in a tight set number 1. Here at Fennimore in our Division 4 sectional semifinal. Running jump serve for Brooklyn Ritchie, controlled by Kennedy Brown. Pushed up, and now a far side attack. Great block at the net by Zink. Kept alive and now returned to the Fennimore side. Zink with the setup. Near side attack for Nelson Hahn. Great block at the net by Cashton. Nelson Hahn loads up again. Another block, and a dive by Shapletsky to keep it alive. Zink sends it over with the right hand. Now Cashton goes on the attack. Far side. Shapletsky plays it in the back row. Set up. Far side attack for Bailey Bray. Arcs over the end line, and it's Cashton's point. 13 serving 13. And Kennedy Brown set to serve for the Cashton Eagles. Kennedy Brown with 33 serving aces on the year. Her serve played in the back by Brooklyn Ritchie. Pushes up to Zink. Now a load up for Kylie Cole and stays in bounds just inside the end line. Second kill of the match unofficially for Kylie Cole. 14 serving 13, and Bailey Bray will serve. Bailey Bray just off the near side of the paint on the basketball floor. And Cashton returns it on 3 hits. Zink with the setup. The attack by Nelson Hahn. Dug up in the back row by Kennedy Brown. Popped up and kept alive. Now Vivi Dempsey with a side pass. Clears the net. Fennimore with it on their side. Golden Eagles on the attack. Nelson Hahn with the attack. And too much to handle for Gabby Hyatt. Goes out of bounds off her fingertips. And it is Fennimore's point. 15 serving 13. Set number 1. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. And Fennimore and getting the kill for Cashton on the far side of the floor. I believe that was number 10, Aubrey Schaldock. That'd be her second of the match. And now Gabby Hyatt, the senior right side hitter, set to serve for Cashton. 14 serving 15. Her serves the liner that clears the net. Backwards pass for the second hit. Now returned by Peyton Landowski. Eagles go on the attack on the far side. Ball ricocheted at the net, and it's going to be Cashton's point. Great attack on the far side by number 15, Kate Wall. Gabby Hyatt with a couple dribbles. 15 serving 15. Standing serve. Brandon Nelson Hahn pushes to the front row. Zink with the setup. Ritchie with the attack from the back row. Dug up in the back by Dempsey. Now here's a setup and a forward set. Clears the net for Fennimore on the second hit. Now Cashton on the attack. And a great dig along the front row to keep it alive for Nelson Hahn. And Nelson Hahn gently taps it over. Cashton quickly returns it at the net. Now an attack and a great block by Cashton. And a backwards pass sends it to the back row on the Cashton side. Cashton Eagles going in the attack far side. Great dig in the back by Shapletsky. Now an attack by Nelson Hahn. Sent over, popped up in the front row. Now a far side attack coming up. And it goes out of bounds. Who touched it last? Fennimore's point. I believe that was Schaldock that was trying to keep it alive, but went out of bounds on the far sideline. Fennimore gets the point. 16 serving 15. And Addison Meckley, beg your pardon, serving for the Fennimore Golden Eagles. Running jump serve for Meckley, just clears the net. Kennedy Brown pushes to the front row, and a great diving dig for Fennimore, but it goes into the net. It'll be Cashton's point. 16-16, set number 1, tight one in set number 1. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Jump serve played to the back row by Shapletsky, now returned to the Cashton side. Cashton Eagles go on the attack. Vivi Dempsey just gently taps it over, and it rolls over the net and finds the floor on the Fennimore side, and Cashton in the lead, 17 serving 16, as Schaldock will serve once again for the Cashton Eagles. Cashton, the number 3 seed. And the service played in the back row by Meckley. Gives ahead to Nelson Hahn, an attack from the back row by Kaylee Shapletsky. And an attack by the opposing libero, Kennedy Brown. 50-50 ball at the net. That one tapped down for the kill by Rhiannon Nelson Hahn. Has that down as her 4th of the match. And Nelson Hahn will serve for Fennimore. 17 serving 17 in set number 1. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional friendly service. And an attack by Vivi Dempsey on the far side of the floor. Gets it down for the kill. Puts Cashton back in front. 18 serving 17. And I believe this is number 8, Tessa Sanders serving for Cashton. The numbers on the front of the jersey a little difficult to read from my vantage point. But an attack by Ritchie, dug up in the back row by Cashton. And Vivi Dempsey on the attack from the far side, played in the back row by the Eagles. Now Nelson Hahn with an attack from the back row for the third hit. And a 50-50 ball at the net, goes into the net and finds the floor on the Cashton side. Fennimore gets the point. We are tied at 18. Kaylee Shapletsky will serve for Fennimore. People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Shapletsky with the serve, and it's down for an ace. Just stays inside the sideline for the ace. And timeout taken by Cashton. Fennimore leading 19-18 in set number 1. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 3.
Hello, Dr. Matt here from Cuba City Family Dental. Something we take pride in is having 3 state-of-the-art facilities in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Our investment in the latest technology and innovative services allows us to provide top-notch dental care to our area families. Take control of your oral health and make an appointment with our team, and let's make your smile the best it can be. Contact Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental now, and let's start this journey together. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Turpin Dodge salutes Crystal Splinter, RN at Medical Associates Acute Care. Turpin will honor Crystal with a donation to the American Cancer Society in her honor. Visit TurpinDodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Crystal, from Turpin Dodge in Dubuque.
In game 3.
Fennimore leading Cashton 19-18 in set number 1. Fennimore serving Kaylee Shapletsky. Serving once again for the Golden Eagles on our great regional health center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Far side attack for Vivi Dempsey. Played in the back row by Meckley. Pushed up ahead to the front row. Bailey Bray taps it over. Kept alive, though, by the Cashton Eagles. And a deflection at the net. Whistle blows. Double hit called against Cashton. Fennimore gets the point. 20 serving 18. Fennimore trying to close out set number 1. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or any finishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Cashton returns. Fennimore serve. Golden Eagles got on the attack, and Brooklyn Ritchie in the front row. Ricocheted off the net, but rotated and found the floor. Ritchie's 4th kill of the match by my count. 21 serving 18. Momentum on the Fennimore side here late in set number 1. Shapletsky with the serve, arcs over, kept alive by Kennedy Brown in the back row. Now a far side attack for Dempsey. That one ricocheted off the fingertips of Brooklyn Ritchie, out of bounds, and it will be Cashton's point. 19 serving 21. Peyton Brigham set to serve for the Cashton Eagles. Serving near side of the end line. And pops that serve over, goes out of bounds on the far side, and a service error will give Fennimore the point. First service error of the match for Cashton. 22 serving 19, and Briley Zink serving on the far side of the floor for Fennimore. And a running jump serve. Played in the back row and returned on 3 hits. Now here's the setup for Zink, and the attack by Ritchie, and gets it down on the far sideline for the kill. (23 serving 19). Fennimore 2 points away from taking set 1. Another serve by Zink, running jump serve. Played in the back row. Now here's a setup in the middle for Dempsey, and a great block kill at the net. Tag teaming is Kylie Cole and Brooklyn Ritchie. Set point for Fennimore. 24 serving 19. Zink with another couple dribbles. Now here's the running jump serve. Arcs over the net. Kennedy Brown pushes to the front row. Dempsey on the attack. Teardropped it over, but returned by Brooklyn Ritchie. Now returned by Cashton. Far side attack for Kylie Cole and sends that one way out of bounds beyond the end line. It'll be Cashton's point, still set point. 20 serving 24. Vivi Dempsey, the senior, set to serve for Cashton on the far side of the floor. The serve clears the net. Shepletzky pushes to the front. Now a near side attack for Ritchie and a teardropper off the fingertips of the front row player of Cashton finds the floor. And Fennimore wins set one, 25-20. Fennimore leads Cashton 1-0. We'll bring you set number 2 after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 4.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the Shoebox in downtown Black Earth. We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting. So stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop into the Shoebox, the largest shoe store at the north end of Black Earth.
In game 4.
Fennimore takes set number 1 from Cashton, 25-20 in our WIAA Division 4 sectional semifinal. Set number 2 after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 5.
We know that good health is your number one priority, and at Grant Regional Health Center, it's ours too. Whether it's a mammogram, lung screening, or colonoscopy, we make it easier than ever to get screened for your peace of mind. And best of all, at Grant Regional, we offer quick scheduling and less travel, so you can focus on what really matters, your health. Schedule your screening today at 608-723-2131, accepting Medical Associates, Dean, and Quartz Insurance to name a few. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lely Center Monroe high school sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590WPVL.com.
In game 5.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA postseason volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Lely Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Fennimore taking set number 1 from Cashton, 25-20, set number 2. In just a few moments, a quick check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Marshall takes set number 1 from Mineral Point, 25-20 over on X1071. And Pecatonica defeats Southwestern in set 1, 25-17. That one on 97.7 Country WGLR. DeSoto with a 19-12 lead in set number 1 over Highland on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. All 3 of those matches, including this one, on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel here this evening. Bouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher. Bouse Electric in Lancaster and Fennimore. And by Community First Bank, freeing the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC. Southwest Health, over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists. So you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. The teams have switched sides. Fennimore now serving from left to right, Cashton from right to left. As I see it from the best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. And as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Fennimore will serve, and it will be Kaylee Shepletzky, the libero, serving for the Golden Eagles. Fennimore leading 1-0, and Shepletzky with the running jump serve gets set number 2 underway. Ball pushed up to the front row now, an attack by Dempsey, and trying to dig it out in the back row was Rhiannon Nelson-Hahn, but it ricochets off her wrist and out of bounds. It'll be Cashton's point, 1-0 Cashton on top of Fennimore to begin set number 2. DeSoto defeated Highland in set 1, 26-24 on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. As Brooklyn Ritchie goes on the attack and paints the corner for the kill. And that down is Ritchie's 6th kill of the match. And it will be Briley Zink serving for Fennimore, 1-1. Fennimore with a 1-0 lead. Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Running jump serve near side of the end line. Played in the back row by Kennedy Brown. Pushes ahead to the front and a great attack from the near side by Shaldock, but kept alive by Fennimore, but the Eagles hit it into the net, the Golden Eagles I should say, and it finds the floor, and it will be Cashton's point, 2-1. It's the second match of 3 that I've had where the mascots have been the same. I had Panthers versus Panthers last week, and now I have Eagles against Eagles. As a 50-50 ball at the net lands on the Cashton side, and Cashton goes on the attack. Shapletsky with a great dig in the back row to keep it alive for Fennimore. And Brooklyn Ritchie with an overhand hit sends it to the back row for Cashton. Now an attack in the middle. Great pancake save in the back by Nelson Hahn to keep it alive. And now return to the Cashton side. Shaldock going on the attack and unable to keep it alive are the Golden Eagles. On the far side is Zink. Dove to keep it alive, but instead of going backwards, back in play, it goes into the scores table. And Cashton with a 3-1 lead in set number 2. Woodlaw Office serving you in Fennimore and Basketball for all of your legal matters. Woodlaw Office, Fennimore, and Basketball. Kennedy Brown serve. Played in the back row by Shapletsky. Now an attack on the far side by Kylie Cole. Dug up in the back by Vivi Dempsey. An attack by Shaldock, and she gets it down for the kill inside the end line. Cashton with the momentum here in set number 2. 4 serving 1. Kennedy Brown with a couple dribbles, set to serve just off the right side of the paint on the basketball floor. And her serve goes into the net for a service error. Second service error of the match for Cashton, only 1 for Fennimore. Brooklyn Ritchie set to serve for the Fennimore Golden Eagles. And a running jump serve beyond the end line just clears the net. Played in the back row by the Eagles, and now returned on the third hit by Tessa Sanders. Set up on the far side. Nelson Hahn with the power behind that hit and gets it inbounds just inside the end line. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn with her 5th kill of the match. And Brooklyn Ritchie set to serve once again for Fennimore. 3 serving 4. Running jump serve clears the net. Pushed up to the front row and now tapped over. Shapletsky digs it out for Fennimore on their side. Far side attack for Nelson Hahn. Great dig by Kennedy Brown. Now here's the setup in the middle. Vivi Dempsey able to return it. Now a near side attack. Popped up in the back row and returned on a side pass for the third hit. Fennimore with it on their side. Here's the attack by Nelson Hahn. Great block at the net. Kept alive. Whistle blows and it's Cashton's point. Looked like it was going to be 4 hits. So Cashton gets the point, 5 serving 3. And it'll be Gabby Hyatt, number 22, serving for Cashton. And her serve just stays in bounds for an ace. Able to stay in bounds along the near sideline. 6 serving 3, Cashton leading set number 2. Fennimore with a 1-0 lead. They won the first set 25-20. The serve clears the net. Shapletsky pushes to the front row. Nelson Hahn with the attack on the far side, and that's down for a kill. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn. 6th kill of the match for her by my count. 4 serving 6, and it'll be Bailey Bray set to serve for Fennimore. 1 kill on the stat line for Bailey Bray. Averaging 1.4 kills per set, has 30 serving aces, and this will be one as Cashton unable to return it. Bailey Bray will serve once again, 5 serving 6. Tim Slack Auction and Realty has buyers looking for agricultural, commercial, and residential properties. Call Tim, Kathy, and Chase today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, Fennimore and Lancaster as the whistle blows, and it will be a violation on Cashton, and we are tied at 6 in set number 2. Bailey Bray set to serve, and now Coach Chris Kleba making an appeal to the ladder official, and I think they're going to take the point off the board as the far side official on the ladder said he shouldn't have called that, so we will replay the point. It's 5 serving 6. Bailey Bray's serve Played in the back row by Cashton. And a backwards pass for the third hit. Sends it back to the Fennimore side. Nelson Hahn on the attack. Paints the corner again for the kill. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn, it's clinical for Fennimore. Her 7th kill of the match. Tied up at 6 once again. Haley Bray with a standing serve. Push up to the front row. Here's the attack by Dempsey. Just pushing it over on a set. Now Nelson Hahn trying to paint the corner again, but this one dug up in the back row by Cashton. Shaldock goes on the attack near side. Ball popped up to the front row. And now an attack for Kylie Cole. Kept alive on a diving dig, but the ball hits the net and then the floor. Fennimore gets the point. Golden Eagles back in front. 7-6 in set number 2. Fennimore leading Cashton 1-0. Haley Bray serving. Dempsey pushes to the front row for Cashton, and this one tapped over. Great dive in the back row by Fennimore to keep it alive. Hitting it into the net is Peyton Landowski, as Bailey Bray did a good job, or beg your pardon, Bradley Zink with a dig in the back row to keep it alive for Fennimore, but Landowski hits it into the net. We are tied at 7. Running jump serve for Cashton's Aubrey Shaldock goes into the net for a service error. And it will be Fennimore's point, 8-7 in set number 2. Kylie Cole checks out. That brings on Addison Meckley to serve for the Golden Eagles. Meckley with a couple dribbles. Running jump serve, and it clears the net. Shaldock clearly returns it on a set, and Landowski tried to slam it down, and it will be Cashton's point. 8-8. Eagles serving to the Golden Eagles. And this serve clears the net. I believe it's number 8, Tessa Sanders, on the serve, as the return is successful for Fennimore, but the Cashton Eagles hit it into the net. As number 9, Evelyn Weber, kind of caught out of position, couldn't do much with it. And it will be Fennimore's serve. 9-8. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn with the serve. Serving near side on the end line. Now an attack by Vivi Dempsey and a great block at the net. Return and skirts over the net, then out of bounds. It'll be Fennimore's point. As I believe that was Nelson Hahn that brought the smoke, and so much smoke behind it that on the return, the ball had a weird rotation, skirted over the net and out of bounds, and Nelson Hahn serving once again. And a 50-50 ball at the net. Peyton Landowski tapped it back over, but it went out of bounds on the far side. Peyton Landowski will check out, and into the match for Fennimore will be number 9, Eden Fry. Cashton got the point, 9-10 in set number 2. Peyton Briggan. Her serve punched over, and it's beyond the end line for a service error. Second service error for Peyton Briggan, the 4th of the match for Cashton. Back into the match. Or checking out of the match, I should say, is number 5, Peyton Landowski. Serving for Fennimore is Kaylee Shapletsky. Shapletsky's serve clears the net. Push up ahead to the front row by Shaldock. Gabby Hyatt pushes it over for the third hit, and Ritchie couldn't get under the ball to send it over. It goes into the net instead. And it will be 10-11. Cashton gets the point. Fennimore in the lead in set number 2. Running jump serve for Vivi Dempsey. Played in the front row by Fennimore, and Brooklyn Ritchie going on the attack, going cross court for the kill. Brooklyn Ritchie with her 7th. 12-10. Fennimore in front. And Briley Zink will serve once again for the Golden Eagles. Zink with a jump serve. Kennedy Brown with it in the front row. Now an attack by Shaldock, dug up in the back by Nelson Hahn. Set up on the far side. Bailey Bray goes on the attack. Was it deflected? Yes, they're going to say it's Fennimore's point. It went off the fingertips of a Cashton player. Fennimore gets the point, 13-10. It looked like the ball had a weird rotation as it crossed the net from my vantage point. Cashton fans don't like that call at all. It'll be Briley Zink serving once again, 13-10. Near side attack for the third hit. 50-50 ball at the net, popped up, out of bounds, and it's Cashton's point. 11 serving 13, the libero Kennedy Brown will serve for Cashton. Served by Kennedy Brown, played in the back row by Shapletsky, pushed to the front row to Zink, and now Brooklyn Ritchie with the attack on the near side, dug up in the back row by the Cashton Eagles. Side pass by Tessa Sanders. Finds the floor, goes out of bounds, and it is Fennimore's point, 14 serving 11. Brooklyn Ritchie set to serve. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. Cashton plays the serve, and it's returned on the third hit on the far side of the floor. Zink with the setup. Nelson Hahn on the attack. Ball deflected at the net. Ball popped up for the second hit, and Shaldock will send it over with the right hand, and that one just stays in bounds on the far side corner to give the Cashton Eagles the point. Nice return there by Shaldock. That is the fourth kill for her on the match, and Gabby Hyatt will serve for the Cashton Eagles. Standing serve for Hyatt, clears the net. Shapletsky pushes it to the front row on the return. Nelson Hahn on the attack, ball deflected at the net. Kennedy Brown pushes forward, now a near side attack. That one spun over and returned to the Fennimore side. Nelson Hahn able to tap it over, 50-50 ball at the net, and the block and the kill for Rhiannon Nelson Hahn, 8th kill of the match. 15 serving 12, Fennimore leading. Midwest Builders Incorporated of Fennimore, specializing in commercial and light industrial construction, building lasting relationships in the tri-state area since 1992. Midwest Builders Incorporated of Fennimore. Served by Bailey Bray is controlled in the back row by the Cashton Eagles. Far side attack, great block at the net for Fennimore, and the ball finds the floor on the Cashton side. Fennimore gets the point, 16 serving 12. And a timeout taken by the Cashton Eagles. Fennimore with a 16-12 lead in set number 2 and a 1-0 lead in our Division IV sectional semifinal on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
If it's a double 50 or double 4 parlor you milk, see Fuller's Milker Center, your Kia dealer. Fuller's offers a complete line of high technology solutions to make your dairy a model of efficiency with state-of-the-art milking systems, revolutionary milking units, and the latest in udder prep and post-dipping systems with the best in automated animal monitoring. No matter how many cows you milk, you can rely on Fuller's Milker Center, LLC in Lancaster and Richland Center to keep your operation at peak efficiency.
Fuller's Milker Center.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
In Game 6.
Volleyball tonight brought to you by Beatty's Eagles Nest of Fennimore. Join them Friday night for a live band and costume party. There's always something going on at the Nest. Beatty's Eagles Nest of Fennimore. Standing serve coming out of the timeout for Bailey Bray, 16 serving 12 in set number 2. Fennimore leading 1-0. And an attack for Nelson Hahn, dug up in the back row by Vivi Dempsey. Backwards pass, 50-50 ball at the net, and it will land on the Cashton side. Fennimore gets the point, 17 serving 12. Fennimore trying to close out Cashton in set number 2 and take a 2-0 lead. Speedy Mart offers top quality gasoline along with snacks and beverages for your family. Speedy Mart in Fennimore. 50-50 ball at the net. Kylie Cole able to send it over to the Cashton side. Cole loads up again, and getting the kill is Kylie Cole. Kylie Cole in a back and forth battle at the net, and she wins that one, bringing the smoke on that hit. Ricochets out of bounds. 18 serving 12, and the serve just clears the net for an ace. Bailey Bray with her second ace of the match. 19 serving 12. Bray serves again. Ball popped up in the front row by Brigham. And it's Fennimore's point as the ball goes out of bounds. 20 serving 12. Fennimore on a big run. Standing serve for Bray. Controlled by Kennedy Brown. Pushed up to the front row. Here's the attack by Shaldock, and it goes out of bounds beyond the end line. 21 serving 12. Palindrome score in set number 2. Fennimore in command. Standing serve for Bailey Bray. Set up in the middle for Tessa Sanders, dug up in the back by Zink, and an attack by Nelson Hahn for the kill. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn with the 9th kill for her on the stat line, and a timeout taken by Cashton. Fennimore with a 10-point lead in set 2, 22, serving 12. We'll keep it here. And tell you that our match is brought to you by The Butcher Shop. The Butcher Shop offers great tasting beef and pork bundles, plus plenty of heat and serve options to feed your family. The Butcher Shop in Fennimore. And the Fennimore Area Chamber of Commerce proudly supports our hardworking student athletes and the amazing fans who cheer them on. Keep that hometown spirit going and join us for Fennimore's Holiday Festival on November 29th, a celebration of lights, holiday cheer, and all the charm that makes Fennimore special. Learn more by following the Fennimore Area Chamber of Commerce on Facebook. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. And by the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville, offering a history of caring and understanding that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. Action resumes coming out of the Cashton timeout. They are out of timeouts in set number 2. 22 serving 12. Nelson Hahn sends it over on the third hit for Fennimore and quickly returned by Cashton. And that attack will end the run. I believe Shaldock will be credited with the kill. That's her 5th. 13 serving 22. And it's Shaldock back to serve for the Eagles. Played in the back row by Brooklyn Ritchie. Now an attack for Nelson Hahn. Dug up in the back row by Cashton. Quickly returned to the Fennimore side. Fennimore with the attack. Nelson Hahn taps it down for the kill. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn with her 10th kill of the match by my count. 23 serving 13. Checking out of the match is Kylie Cole. In the match to serve is number 12, Addison Meckley. Meckley with 1 ace and 1 service error and a running jump serve clears the net. Popped up by Vivi Dempsey. Kennedy Brown chases it down and returned on the third hit. Fennimore digs it out in the back row. Now here's a setup for Peyton Lendeski. She goes on the attack, popped up in the back row. A backwards pass sends it to the front row. Vivi Dempsey with the attack. Ball popped up in the back by Meckley. Cashton with it on their side. Another load up for Dempsey. Ball deflected at the net. And I believe Cashton will get the point. They're going to say a net violation on Fennimore. And Cashton will serve. 14 serving 23. Standing serve for Tessa Sanders. Dug up in the back row by Shapletsky. Now the attack by Peyton Lendeski. Rolls on the net but kept alive. And now an attack by Dempsey and a great block at the net by Nelson Hahn, but somehow kept alive by Cashton. Zink with the setup. Nelson Hahn on the attack. Dug up on the side by Gray. And getting the kill, I believe, was Dempsey. As it is 15 serving 23. Standing serve for Sanders. Shapletsky pushes to the front row for Fennimore, and Nelson Hahn goes on the attack. Dug up in the back row, but the ball finds the floor, and it's set point for the Fennimore Golden Eagles. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn will serve for Fennimore. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn serve. Clears the net. Push to the front row. Here's the attack by Dempsey, and she smacks it down for the kill. Goodness gracious, what a hit. Vivi Dempsey with her 4th. And Kate Wall will serve for the Cashton Eagles, trying to avoid going down 2-0. It's set point, as all of a sudden there's 2 volleyballs on the floor. And Kate Wall will serve once again. Kate Wall with a standing serve on the far side. Played in the back by Meckley. Here's a setup for Brooklyn Ritchie. She gets it down for the kill. And Fennimore with a 2-0 lead. Taking set number 2, 25-16. Fennimore 1 set away from advancing to Arcadia on Saturday to play for the sectional final We'll have set number 3 after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People State Bank. People State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People State Bank, member FDIC.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lady Center Monroe high school sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590 WPBL.com.
In Game 7.
Fennimore leads Cashton 2-0 in our WIAA Division 4 sectional semifinal, taking sets 1 and 2, 25-20 and 25-16. Set number 3 coming up next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 8.
Hello, Amy here from Cuba City Family Dental. Part of our dedication to excellence in the dental services we offer are same-day crowns. Instead of return visits to our office, we can diagnose and fix your tooth in one day at any of our 3 convenient locations. Call us when you are in need and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Watch live and archived H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lady Center Monroe high school sports video coverage all season on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Get the latest schedule at AM1590 WPBL.com.
In Game 8.
The teams have switched sides, and we are getting ready for set number 3. Fennimore leading 2-0, 25-20 and 25-16. Fennimore 1 set away from going to Arcadia for the sectional final in Division 4. Tyler Dutanus with you with the best seat in the house on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Volleyball tonight also brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. By Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Claire Bank with 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at bottom of Main in Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville, and the first serve of set number 3 goes into the net for a service error as Aubrey Shaldock hits it into the net. And it will be number 1. Briley Zink set to serve for Fennimore. Fennimore with a 1-point lead in set number 3 and a 2-0 lead on the match. And the serve is played in the back row by Kennedy Brown. Here's the attack in the middle by Tessa Sanders, dug up and kept alive by Fennimore. Here's the attack by Bailey Bray. It goes into the net, and Cashton will get the point. Tied at 1 in set number 3. Russell Offices, your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. And the service returned by Fennimore, and Brooklyn Ritchie credited with another kill. And that down is her 9th. And it will be 2 serving 1. Fennimore in front. Ritchie getting the kill and now ready to serve. Running jump serve for Ritchie, goes into the net for a service error. Only the second service error of the match for Fennimore on the night. 2 serving 2. And it's number 15, Kate Wall, set to serve for Cashton. Cashton with a standing serve, clears the net. Nelson Hahn pops it up, 50-50 ball at the net. Kylie Cole tried to send it over, but it's going to be Gabby Hyatt getting credit for the kill along the front row. Cashton now in front, 3 serving 2 in set number 3. Peyton Brigham serving for the Cashton Eagles, and she punches it over. Ritchie pushes to the front row to Zink. Now Nelson Hahn with the attack. Dug up in the back row by Shaldock. Now the attack on the far side by Dempsey. A lot of smoke behind that one, but it goes out of bounds beyond the end line. holding her head in disbelief. A lot of exit velocity on that hit, but just a little too much smoke on that one. And we are tied at 3 in set number 3 with Bailey Bray serving. Standing serve for Bray. Played in the back by Shaldock. Here's the setup in the middle. Dempsey on the attack again, and it goes beyond the end line. But they're going to say it was tipped out of bounds by Fennimore. So Cashton will get the point, 4 serving 3. Set number 3, Fennimore leading 2-0. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. Suppose that Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Vivi Dempsey's serve played in the back row by Fennimore, and Brooklyn Ritchie will punch it over with the right hand on the third hit. Here's the attack on the far side, and a great attack on the far side. I believe that was Shaldock. Put everything she had behind that one, dropping the hammer. And it's 5 serving 3. Cashton with a 2-point lead in set number 3, trying to fend off elimination. Cashton has to win the next 3 sets if they want to advance. And Dempsey's serve goes beyond the end line for a service error. First service error of the match for Dempsey. 6th service error of the match for Cashton in total. And Addison Meckley will serve as Kylie Cole checks out for Fennimore. Addison Meckley with a running jump serve just clears the net. Shaldock pushes to the front. Kate Wall sets it up. Here's the attack by Shaldock, but dug up in the back by Meckley. Kate Landusky with an overhand hit sends it over to the back row. Now an attack on the far side. Ball blocked at the net, but the ball finds the floor on the Fennimore side, and it is Cashton's point. Or no, they're going to say it's Fennimore's point. 5 serving 5. The ladder official corrected himself. And it'll be Addison Meckley serving. Running jump serve for Meckley. Lines over the net. Dempsey with the setup. Shaldock with the attack. Dug up in the back row by Shapletsky. And now an attack from the back row by Ritchie. And that one arcs over the end line. And it will be Cashton's point. 6 serving 5. Fennimore with a 2-0 lead. McNutt Electric at Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNutt Electric in Belmont. Served by the libero Kennedy Brown, played by the Golden Eagles, and great attack by Rhiannon Nelson. Hahn had that down as her 11th kill of the match. And that ties it up at 6 in set number 3. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn just got the kill, and she'll serve on the far side of the end line. Serve played and controlled, and Gabby Hyatt can't hit it over the net for the third hit. Fennimore gets the point. And it is 7 serving 6. As Rhiannon Nelson Hahn will serve once again. Serve clears the net. Dempsey has to dive to keep it alive for Cashton. It's quickly returned to the Fennimore side. Peyton Landusky goes on the attack. Ball ricocheted at the net and a backward set. And no, a double hit called against Gabby Hyatt. Will give Fennimore the point. It's 8 serving 6. And some frustration mounting along the front row for the Cashton Eagles. Gabby Hyatt talking with Coach Chris Kleba. Brandon Nelson Hahn serve. Played in the back row by Cashton. Shaldock goes on the attack. Great dive in the back by Shapletsky to keep it alive. Nelson Hahn goes on the attack from the back row. Dempsey digs it out. Set up on the far side. Shaldock goes on the attack. Tries to go cross court. And it just stays in bounds. Or did they say it was tipped by a Fennimore player? Either way, it's a point for Cashton, 7 serving 6, and Gabby Hyatt will serve for Cashton. Breckler Insurance Group for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fennimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years, and the serve goes beyond the end line for a service error. For service error for Gabby Hyatt, Fennimore's point, 9 serving 7. The libero Kaylee Shapletsky for Fennimore set to serve. Shapletsky with a jump serve. Popped up by Shaldock, and a third hit return to the Fennimore side as a miscommunication by the Fennimore players between Ritchie and Bailey Bray. A you got it, no, you got it situation. The ball finds the floor, and it's 8 serving 9. Running jump serve for Shaldock. Played in the back row by Fennimore. Far side attack for Brooklyn Ritchie, and it's down for the kill. Ritchie put it right in front of number 11, Hayden Olson. And Olson wasn't expecting the ball to come at her that quick. 10 serving 8. Here's a jump serve for Zink. Ball put up to the front row. Great block at the net by Bailey Bray. Now here's the setup for Dempsey. Dempsey unloads, and it's off the wrist of Nelson Hahn. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be Cashton's point. Nine serving 10. Tessa Sanders now serving for Cashton. Here's a serve by Sanders. Shipletsky has to dig down to play that one for Fennimore, and an attack somehow, some way was kept alive originally by Evelyn Weber along the front row. She had to bend over backwards to keep it alive, but the ball still finds the floor, and it's Brooklyn Ritchie serving for Fennimore, 11 serving 9. Fennimore with a 2-sets-to-none lead, 2-point lead in set number 3. Servers played in the back row by Cashton, far side attack, and slamming that one down is Vivi Dempsey. Goodness. Dempsey not holding back on her attacks tonight. Wish we had those advanced stats to see what the exit velocity was on that one. 10 serving 11. Fennimore going in the attack near side, and answering right back is Nelson Hahn. Brianna Nelson Hahn says, if you can do it, I can do it too. Did the same thing along the same sideline. Keeps it in play, 12 serving 10. Here's Bailey Bray with the serve. Kennedy Brown pops it up. Here's an attack in the middle, and slamming that one down again is Vivi Dempsey. Back and forth we go in set number 3, and Dempsey will serve for Cashton. WCC Brands Custom Apparel and Kieler, and at WCC-brands.com. Jump serve for Dempsey, played by Shipletsky. Set up by Nelson Hahn, and a side pass by Peyton Landowski sends it over to the Cashton side. Now Sheldon goes on the attack, and doing the splits to try and keep it alive was Shipletsky. Couldn't do so, and it's Cashton's point. We are tied at 12 in set number 3. Fennimore leading 2-sets-to-none. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 9.
Speeding and reckless driving are leading causes of injuries and deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Whether you're an athlete or a spectator, control your drive on our streets, county roads, and highways to keep all travelers safe. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. This message from the Queen Bee Radio family of stations and the WIAA.
Turpin Dodge salutes Crystal Splinter, RN at Medical Associates Acute Care. Turpin will honor Crystal with a donation to the American Cancer Society in her honor. Visit TurpinDodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Crystal, from Turpin Dodge in Dubuque.
In game 9.
Crowd coming alive in Fennimore. We are tied at 12 in set number 3. The serve by Vivi Dempsey is played by Fennimore. Far side attack, and Nelson Hahn sends it over, and it's returned somehow on 3 hits by Cashton. They had to run out of bounds to find it, and Cashton will get the kill and now lead 13-12 in set 3. My goodness. Jump serve by Dempsey. Shipletsky doing the splits again, and a carry called against Fennimore, and Cashton now with the momentum. 14 serving 12. Set number 3, Cashton Eagles trying to fend off elimination. Trailing 2-sets-to-none, Dempsey serves again. Dempsey's serve popped up by Nelson Hahn, now to Zink. Ritchie with the attack, ball deflected at the net, kept alive. Set up by Wall. Here's the attack by Shaldock, and paints the sideline for the kill. A 4-0 run by Cashton. So we did a 3-point lead for the Eagles. Vivi Dempsey with the serve on the far side of the end line. Shipletsky pushes to the front row. Near side attack by Kylie Cole. Great block by Shaldock. Return to the Fennimore side. And a great backward set. Pancake save keeps it alive. Or no, is there a whistle? We couldn't hear the whistle, and it's Fennimore's point. Addison Meckley will serve for Fennimore. Couldn't see who it was for Fennimore who got credited for the kill, as thought it was a pancake save to keep it alive, but the official on the ladder says it's Fennimore's point. 13 serving 15. Meckley serve played in the back row. Now far side attack by Shaldock. As Meckley tried to push it to the front row with her wrist, but it finds the floor instead. Cashton gets the point, 16 serving 13. The Highland State Bank of Highland and at highlandstatebank.net. Coal Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at coalacresgolfandgrill.com. As the serve by Kennedy Brown, the libero for Cashton. Played to the back row by Fennimore. Nelson Hahn taps it over for the third hit. Far side attack. Going cross court by Shaldock, but it goes beyond the near sideline. Fennimore will get the point. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn set to serve. Nelson Hahn, 12 kills by my count on the match, and a running jump serve will send it over. Dempsey plays it for Cashton. Far side attack for Shaldock and splits the two rows for the kill. Aubrey Shaldock with her 8th kill of the match by my count. 17-14. Cashton leading set number 3. Gabby Hyatt, number 22, serving for Cashton. Her standing serve is punched over. Played to the back row by Fennimore. Near side attack for Brooklyn Ritchie, and it goes out of bounds on the near sideline. Cashton now with a 4-point lead. 18 serving 14. Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. Standing serve for Gabby Hyatt, punched over again. Pushed up to the front row to Zink, and Chapletsky with an attack from the back row, dug up in the back by Kennedy Brown. Ball popped up. Here's a setup by Zink. Ball tapped over by Eden Fry. And now here's the setup, far side attack. And getting it down for the kill is Aubrey Shaldock. Abby Shaldock with her 9th kill of the match, and that stretches the Cashton lead to 5 in set 3. 19 serving 14, set number 3. Cashton in front. Fennimore with a 2-0 lead. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queeby Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 10.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
In game 10.
Fennimore out of timeouts in set number 3. Cashton leading 19, serving 14. The serve returned by Fennimore. Now an attack on the far side by Shaldock. Ball popped up by Nelson Hahn off the rafters and into the net for the third hit. And Cashton now with a 6-point lead in set 3, 20 serving 14. Cashton Eagles with all the momentum in set number 3. Gabby Hyatt serve clears the net. Ball pushed up to the front row to Zink. Now Ritchie with the attack. Deflected at the net, kept alive, and hit out of bounds on the Fennimore side. Fennimore gets the point that ends the Cashton run. It'll be 15 serving 20, with Kaylee Chapletsky serving for the Fennimore Golden Eagles. Community First Bank, freeing the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Chapletsky's serve played in the back row by Kennedy Brown. Here's the attack in the middle by Shaldock. And that is her 10th kill of the match by my count. 21 serving 15. Kate Wall will serve for Cashton. Serving near side jump serve, clears the net. Meckley pushes to the front. Zink with the setup. Bailey Bray with the attack. Dempsey pops it up for Cashton. Dempsey going to get it right back, unloads, but it goes into the net, and Fennimore gets the point. (16 serving 21). Bradley Zink set to serve once again for the Golden Eagles. Fennimore leading 2-0 as Zink serve, played by Kennedy Brown in the back row. Far side attack for Dempsey. That one popped up, hits the rafters again, and somehow, some way, Bradley Zink keeps it alive and sends it over to Cashton's side. 50-50 ball at the net, slammed to the back. Shapletsky dives to keep it alive, backwards pass, sends it to the back row for Cashton. Tapped over by Tessa Brown, set up. Near side for Bailey, and hit in the back row by Cashton. Vivi Dempsey goes on the attack, great dig by Shapletsky, and it'll be Bailey Bray setting it into the net. Cashton gets the point. 22 serving 16 in set 3. Cashton in front, trying to force the fourth set. Tessa Sanders, her serve, clears the net. Set up by Zink, and Ritchie goes on the attack, and a great block at the net. I believe that was Evelyn Weber. And it's 23 serving 16. Cashton trying to close Fennimore out. Tessa Sanders serving. And it's an ace as it ricochets off the wrist of Nelson Hahn. An ace for Tessa Sanders. Set point for Cashton. Here's the serve by Sanders. Shapletsky pushes to the front row. Kylie Cole trying to control it. Another ace. And Cashton forces set number 4, taking set 3, 25-16. The teams will switch sides, and we will have set number 4 coming up after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queeby Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 11.
Football season is back, and no matter which home team you root for, there's one thing everyone in the Midwest can agree on. If you're tailgating or grilling at home, nothing beats a freshly baked Village Hearth bun. An old-fashioned hot dog bun is the perfect accompaniment for a brat or a hot dog and all the toppings your little heart desires. And for the best burgers, you just can't beat the Village Hearth Classic Bun. So head to the store and pick up some Village Hearth buns. The weekend is almost here.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
In Game 11.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Dubuque Super Hits 106 KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Lely Center Monroe, at H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Fennimore with a 2-1 lead. Fennimore won the first 2 sets, 25-20, 25-16. Cashton forces a 4th set by winning set 3, 25-16. Let's do a quick check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. On X1071, an upset. Marshall defeats Mineral Points 3-0, 25-20, 25-20, 25-13. So the Mineral Point Pointers eliminated in Division 3. In Division 5, Highland defeats DeSoto, or leads DeSoto 2-1 on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. And last check, Pecatonica won set 2 over Southwestern 25-19. Pecatonica with a 2-0 lead. Teams that switch sides. Fennimore will serve from left to right, Cashton right to left, as we see it from the best seat in the house in the Ears Furniture broadcast booth. Our volleyball tonight brought to you by Beatty's Eagles Nest in Fennimore. Join them Friday night, October 31st, for a live band and costume party. There's always something going on at the Nest. Beatty's Eagles Nest in Fennimore. And by Mount City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountCityBank.com. Fourth set gets underway as Shapletsky will serve for Fennimore, and Fennimore gets the point as Cashton unable to return it on 3 hits. So it's 1-0. Fennimore leading set number 4 and leading 2-1. Kaylee Shapletsky with a running jump serve. Serve arcs over the net, played by Shaldock. Here's the setup on the near side for Dempsey. Dempsey hits it into the net, and a great block kill by Brooklyn Ritchie. And that down is Brooklyn Ritchie's 11th kill. Fennimore's point, 2 serving nothing. Running jump serve by Shapletsky. Push to the front row, and Dempsey will set it over for the third hit. Now set up for Zink. Ritchie with the attack, trying to go cross court, and it stays inbounds for the kill. Fennimore out to a strong start in set number 4. 3 serving 0. Shapletsky with another serve. Played by Kennedy Brown, pushes to the front row. Vivi Dempsey going on the attack near side, and that stays inbounds to give Cashton the point. Vivi Dempsey with a big swing and just enough precision to keep it in bounds. As I believe this is number 8, Tessa Sanders serving for Cashton. Played by Nelson Hahn. Here's a setup for Ritchie, and C slams it down for the kill. Brooklyn Ritchie with her 13th kill of the match. 4 serving 1. And it will be number 1, Briley Zink serving for Fennimore. Briley Zink with a jump serve. Kennedy Brown plays it for Cashton. And Hayden Olsen will send it over with the right hand for the third hit. Now Ritchie loads up in the middle. Olsen digs it out for Cashton. Vivi Dempsey sends it right back. 50-50 ball at the net. Ritchie pops it up. Bailey Braid teardrops it over. Now Dempsey loads up for the attack. Nelson Hahn able to bump it over to the Cashton side. Dempsey loads up again. 50-50 ball at the net. Kept alive by Zink. Now Nelson Hahn with the set. Here's the attack by Cole. Great block by Dempsey. And the ball goes out of bounds on the sideline. Last touch by Fennimore. Cashton gets the point in a very intense rally. Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists. You can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Service error for Cashton, as Peyton Brigham was serving for Cashton. That's her 3rd service error of the match. Brooklyn Ritchie serving for Fennimore. Brooklyn Ritchie again, 13 kills on the match. And the service played by Cashton, and Dempsey goes on the attack, but it goes out of bounds, and Fennimore will get the point. 6 serving 2. Lely Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Jump serve for Brooklyn Ritchie, played by Kennedy Brown. Ball popped up for the second hit. Dempsey will set it over for the third. And Fennimore's third hit by Nelson Hahn rolls over the net and onto the floor on the Cashton side. Ball bouncing Fennimore's way in set 4, 7 serving 2. Ritchie with a jump serve. Serve clears the net. Push ahead to the front row, and now Dempsey loads up for the attack and slams that one down between the legs of Kaylee Shapletsky for the kill. And Vivi Dempsey will serve. 3 serving 7. Running jump serve. Shapletsky will play it for Fennimore. Set up on the far side. Nelson Hahn taps it over for the third hit. Dempsey with the set. Near side attack for Shaldock. And that one dug up by Zink. Nelson Hahn with the set. Attack by Bailey Bray. Kept alive on the front row by Cashton as Shaldock hits it into the net for the third hit. Fennimore gets the point. 8 serving 3. Woodlaw Office serving you in Fennimore and Boscobel for all your legal matters. Woodlaw Office in Fennimore and Boscobel. Bailey Bray serving for the Golden Eagles. Her serve with the right hand. Punched over to the back row. Here's the setup for Shaldock. And that one dug out by Fennimore. Here's the attack on the far side. Ball popped up in the front row. Nelson Hahn. And now a backwards pass to the front row. Nelson Hahn with a backwards pass clears the net. Dempsey chases it out of bounds to keep it alive for Cashton. And slamming that one down for the kill is Evelyn Weber. That ball didn't have a lot of momentum coming down, but Evelyn Weber just able to split the 2 rows to get the kill. 4 serving 8, and the libero Kennedy Brown serving for Cashton. So playing the back row by Brooklyn Ritchie. Now an attack by Nelson Hahn. Ball ricocheted at the net. Ball hits into the net by Cashton. Fennimore gets the point. 9 serving 4. Tim Slack Auction and Realty has buyers looking for agricultural, commercial, and residential properties. Call Tim, Kathy, and Chase today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, Fennimore, and Lancaster. Addison Meckley serving for Fennimore, 9 serving 4. Shaldock plays it for Cashton. Near side attack by Tessa Sanders, and a great block kill at the net for Nelson Hahn. That's Nelson Hahn's 13th by my count. 10 serving 4. Fennimore in front. In set number 4, leading 2-1, trying to close out Cashton and go to Arcadia on Saturday. Here's the running jump serve by Meckley. Clears the net. Dempsey pushes to the front row. Wall sets it up. Here's the attack by Shaldock. Ricocheted at the net by Nelson Hahn. And return on a set for the third hit. And Shaldock diving to keep it alive, but pushes it out of bounds. And a timeout taken by Cashton. Fennimore leads set number 4, 11-4. We'll keep it here and tell you that our match is brought to you by the Fennimore Area Chamber of Commerce, proudly supporting our hardworking student athletes and the amazing fans who cheered them on. Keep that hometown spirit going and join them for Fennimore's Holiday Festival on November 29th, a celebration of lights, holiday cheer, and all the charm that makes Fennimore special. Learn more by following the Fennimore Area Chamber of Commerce on Facebook. And by Midwest Builders Incorporated of Fennimore, specializing in commercial and light industrial construction, building lasting relationships in the tri-state area since 1992. Midwest Builders Incorporated of Fennimore. Speedy Mart offers top quality gasoline along with snacks and beverages for your family. Speedy Mart in Fennimore. And by Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. 11 serving 4 in set number 4. Fennimore leading 2-1, and serving is Addison Meckley for Fennimore, and that'll be an ace. Second ace for Addison Meckley. 12 serving 4. And it's number 12 serving again for Fennimore. Couple dribbles for Meckley, and she sends it over. Serve clears the net. Dempsey pushes to the front row. Near side attack for Shaldock. Great dig to keep it alive for Fennimore. Now popped up. 50-50 ball at the net. Sent over to the Fennimore side. Peyton Landowski goes on the attack. Great block by Tessa Sanders. Landowski loads up again. This one dug out by Kennedy Brown. Sanders will send it over gently for the third hit. Trying to chase it down and keep it alive was Briley Zink, but she sends it out of bounds beyond the Fennimore end line. And it is a point for Cashton, 5 serving 12. Gabby Hyatt set to send it over for Cashton. So play by Shapletsky, pushes to the front row to Zink. Here's the attack by Nelson Hahn, dug up by Hyatt in the back row. Set up near side attack. Shaldock, ball ricocheted at the net and goes out of bounds on the near sideline. Cashton gets the point. 6 serving 12. Shoebox scoreboard update. Southwestern wins set 3 over Pecatonica, 25-21. It's 2-1. Pecatonica leading Southwestern on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Gabby Hyatt serve controlled in the back row by Shapletsky. Brooklyn Ritchie with an attack from the back row. Dempsey trying to chase it down, and she lands right in front of the Cashton bench. Fennimore gets the point, 13 serving 6. Also on the Shoebox scoreboard, Barneveld trailing St. Ambrose 2-1 in Division 5. Here's the serve by Nelson Hahn. Serve play by Kennedy Brown, push up to the front row. Tessa Sanders gently taps it over. Meckley chases it down to keep it alive for the Golden Eagles. And Nelson Hahn with the attack from the back row, but arcs it over the end line. Cashton gets the point, 7 serving 13. Cashton served by number 10, Aubrey Shaldock. Returned by Fennimore, 50-50 ball at the net, kept alive. On the back row, now Brooklyn Ritchie with the attack. Great dig by Olsen to keep it alive, and the ball lands on the floor right in front of the Cashton bench. Fennimore gets the point. Fennimore doubling up Cashton 14-7 in set number 4. Fennimore trying to close out Cashton in set 4 to go to Arcadia on Saturday. Here's Shepletzky with the serve. Her jump serve just clears the net. Kennedy Brown pushes ahead to the front row. Dempsey with the attack and just stays in bounds beyond the end line. Great precision there by Vivi Dempsey. And that down is Dempsey's 9th kill of the match. 8 serving 14. Tessa Sanders serving for Cashton. Her serve skirts the top of the net, rolls over, and Fennimore keeps it alive. Ball pops up to the back row, and Sanders will forward set it over, and a double hit. Called against Tessa Sanders. Cashton has 1 timeout. Fennimore has 2 in this 4th set. 15 serving 8. As Zink ready to send this one over. Serve clears the net, and it's an ace as Kennedy Brown misplays it. (16 serving 8). Riley Zink with a jump serve. Serve clears the net. Kennedy Brown pushes to the front row. Here's the attack in the middle by Weber. And it's going to be popped out of bounds on the far side of the floor by Ritchie. And it will be 9 serving 16. Gabby Hyatt into the match for Cashton. Hayden Olson checks out. Peyton Briggan serving. Briggan serve controlled by Shepletzky. Now an attack by Brooklyn Ritchie, but sends it beyond the far sideline. And it will be Cashton's point, 10 serving 16. Briggan serving again. Served by Briggan, controlled in the back row by Fennimore. Here's the attack by Kylie Cole, dug up by Kennedy Brown. Set up for Vivi Dempsey, returned by Bailey Bray. Now another setup for Dempsey, and Dempsey putting way too much smoke behind that one, sends it into the first row bleachers beyond the end line. Fennimore gets the point, 17 serving 10. Brooklyn Ritchie serving for Fennimore. Running jump serve for Ritchie. Brown pushes to the front row. Dempsey with an overhand hit for the 3rd hit, sends it to the Fennimore side. Here's the setup for Bailey Bray. Tapped at the net by Dempsey, 50-50 ball at the net, and a block kill at the net for Nelson Hahn. Rhiannon Nelson Hahn with her 14th kill of the match. 18 serving 10. Fennimore with the momentum. Ritchie with the serve. And her serve goes beyond the end line for a service error. A rare mistake serving for Fennimore tonight. Just the 3rd service error for Fennimore all match. Vivi Dempsey serving for Cashton. 11 serving 18. Nelson Hahn goes on the attack. Great block at the net by Weber. And now an attack from the front row. Another block kill for Evelyn Weber. 4th kill of the match for Weber. Trying to bring Cashton back into this set 4. Fennimore leading 2-1. Cashton trailing 12 serving 18 in set 4. And a carry called against Cashton. Called by the ladder official. Peyton Lendeski into the match. Shepletzky will check out for a breather. As number 7 Bailey Bray serves for Fennimore, and it goes into the net for a service error. 13 serving 19. Kennedy Brown, the libero, serving for Cashton. Her service punched over. Shepletzky back into the match. Plays it for Fennimore. Now the attack by Nelson Hahn, dug up by Peyton Briggan. Now an attack by Hyatt. Deflected at the net, and a backwards pass clears the net for the 3rd hit. Set up in the middle for Tessa Sanders, and a great dive to keep it alive by Briley Zink. Shepletzky with another dive to keep it alive for Fennimore. Brooklyn Ritchie with an attack from the back row. It's popped up. And Shaldock sends it over with the right hand. Shepletzky pops it up in the middle. Lendeski punches it over for the 3rd hit. Set up by Briggan, an attack by Shaldock. 50-50 ball at the net, and finds the floor as Shaldock wins the rally for Cashton. Cashton still alive, 14 serving 19. Kennedy Brown serving. Brown serve punched over. Shapletsky controls it for Fennimore. Brooklyn Ritchie with an overhand arching return. Goes beyond the end line. And timeout Fennimore. Both teams with one timeout remaining in this fourth set. Fennimore leading set number 4, 19-15. After the match is done, we'll have the Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones post-match show. We'll pick out our Hertz's Ace Hardware MVP, the Tri-Core Turning Point, and the West End Salvage Scrapper of the match. But still some business to take care of here in Fennimore. Fennimore won the first two sets 25-20, 25-16. Cashton won set 3, 25-16. As the crowd has come alive for both sides here, as the winner goes to Arcadia on Saturday for the sectional final and one match away from going to state. The serve coming out of the timeout by Kennedy Brown is played by Fennimore, returned on 2 hits. And now Kennedy Brown will bump it over for the third hit for Cashton. Here's the setup and a far side attack for Nelson Hahn, dug up in the back row by Vivi Dempsey, and it goes into the net. Fennimore gets the point, 20 serving 15. Peyton Landowski checks out. Eden Fry in for Fennimore. Addison Meckley will be checking in. And that will send Kylie Cole to the bench, and Meckley will serve for the Golden Eagles. 20 serving 15. Fennimore in front in set 4, leading 2-1, trying to close out Cashton and go to Arcadia. Jump serve by Meckley. Played in the back row by Dempsey. Here's the setup for Shaldock. Shaldock, the attack is dug up in the back row by Fennimore. And a whistle and a carry called against Cashton. Fennimore gets the point. (21 serving 15). Meckley serving again. Serve by Meckley, skirts the net, finds the floor for an ace. 22 serving 15. Fennimore 3 points away and a timeout by Cashton. Cashton's final timeout. Fennimore has one in their back pocket if they need it, but Fennimore 3 points away from advancing to the sectional final on Saturday. And the winner here will take on either Cochran Fountain City or Blair Taylor. That match originally set for Arcadia was supposed to be at Riverdale. But there was a switch as Royal decided not to host one of the sectional finals as Royal was eliminated on Saturday night. And we are set to resume set number 4, 22 serving 15. Fennimore with a 2-1 lead. Addison Meckley serving for the Golden Eagles, and it goes into the net for a service error. 16 serving 22. Gabby Hyatt tasked with trying to go on a great service to keep Cashton in it. Hyatt serve clears the net. Played in the back row by Fennimore. Here's the setup by Zink. This one tapped over and finding the floor is Brianna Nelson Hahn. 15 kills for Nelson Hahn. Just teardrop that one between the 2 rows. And Nelson Hahn will serve again for Fennimore. 23 serving 16. Nelson Hahn serve, clears the net. Dempsey pushes to the front row. Now the attack by Shaldock, dug up in the back by Shapletsky. Set up and attacked by Ritchie, but too much smoke on it, goes out of bounds. (17 serving 23). Running jump serve for Shaldock. Shapletsky controls it for Fennimore. Here's the setup for Brooklyn Ritchie. Ricocheted at the net, kept alive, and a side pass for the third hit. Sends it over to the Fennimore side. Shapletsky with a bump. Here's the setup in the middle. And a big-time hit by Brooklyn Ritchie. Ball poked out of bounds. Match point. 24 serving 17. Fennimore fans coming to their feet. Kaylee Shapletsky with the serve. Dempsey pops it up to the front row. Dempsey will load up for the attack, hits it into the net, and the Fennimore Golden Eagles will soar to Arcadia and play for the sectional championship on Saturday. Fennimore defeats Cashton 3-1. 25-20, 25-16, 16-25, 25-17. The Fennimore Golden Eagles improved to 30-11 on the campaign. And the Cashton Eagles will finish with a record of 21-13. The seniors who have played their final match in a Cashton uniform include Vivi Dempsey, Tessa Sanders, Kate Wall, Lucy Tirado Lopez, and Gabby Hyatt. Coming up next, the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-match show, our Tricor Turning Point, Turks Ace Hardware MVP, and the West End Salvage Scrapper of the match. That's all straight ahead on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 12.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
In Game 12.
Fennimore defeats Cashton 3-1 to advance to the sectional final on Saturday. 25-20, 25-16, 16-25, and 25-17. As very excited Fennimore players greeting and thanking their fans for an outstanding environment and a great home court advantage for Fennimore here tonight. Our Reeves Wealth Management Edward Jones post-match show coming up next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 1 minute.
I'm here with Kyle Wiskus from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Kyle, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery even while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and take a test drive today.
Celebrate the music of Foreigner with America's #1 tribute band, Feels Like the First Time. Saturday, November 22nd at 6:30 p.m. at Five Flags Center in Dubuque.
You're as cold as ice.
Let them heat up your night with all your Foreigner favorites.
I wanna know what love is.
Feels Like the First Time. Foreigner Tribute. Saturday, November 22nd at Five Flags Center. Get tickets now at the Five Flags box office and Ticketmaster.
What happened to customer service? You're expected to check yourself out at the store, you're expected to pay 3% extra to use credit cards, and you're expected to unbox your own mattress and set it up yourself. Well, not at Dubuque Mattress. Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. At Dubuque Mattress, customer service is alive and well. When you buy a mattress from us, we take care of everything. We deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. We don't charge for using credit cards, and we offer free financing. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Milk has been building champions for centuries. Research shows that real milk builds pregame muscle, and low-fat chocolate milk restores postgame muscle for athletes like few other beverages. That's why the pros know they're gonna need milk to fuel their performance. Learn their inspiring stories at gonnaneedmilk.com. Gonna needmilk.com. Brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Looking to upgrade your floors? Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington has new arrivals in stock ready to install. Choose from luxury vinyl plank, tile, and laminate from top brands like Paramount and Mannington. Hermson's has in-stock carpet rolls too. And don't worry about the hassle because they measure and install. Hermson's now stocks Sluter systems for tile, showers, and floors, complete with waterproofing and drains. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, family owned since 1942.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Your high school postgame show is brought to you by Elena and Ben Reeves at Edward Jones, a financial service firm serving individuals and business owners.
Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Sealmouth Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. This is our Reeves Health Management at Edward Jones post-match show as a very celebratory crowd here at Fennimore as the Golden Eagles defeat Cashton 3-1. And the Golden Eagles will advance to Arcadia to play for the sectional championship, awaiting the winner of Cochrane Fountain City and Blair Taylor. And we'll see if we can get Rena Nelson-Hahn to join us on our post-match show for some post-match thoughts. We'll see if we can track down Mickey Beckwar as well. Recapping what we saw here tonight, Fennimore won the first two sets 25-20 and 25-16 before Cashton forced the fourth set, winning 25-16, but Fennimore able to build momentum in the middle part of set number 4 to stretch the lead to 10, and Cashton just did not have the firepower to bounce back. So we'll call that momentum swing our Tricor turning point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. As we got Rena Nelson-Hahn's attention to join us for our post-match show. Rena Nelson-Hahn, congratulations on the win, and tell us what this feeling's like, being able to play for an opportunity to go to state coming up on Saturday.
Oh, this is incredible. I know my team and I have been waiting for this opportunity for a while, so we're super thrilled.
Yep, it was a great week last week, getting through the regional round, went through that round unscathed, and everything looked very crisp, especially attacking between you and Brooklyn Ritchie. Bradley Zink setting things up for you very, very well. Talk about the things that have been going right lately, because it just seems like everything is almost pinpoint precision, really, for you guys, especially attacking the ball.
Yeah, no, everything's just clicking, and it's perfect timing for it. We're all getting ready, the bumps, the stats, the passes, everything hits. It's great.
What's been the best part of this season with this group of players? Because the Fennimore girls as of late have, gotten really good in multiple sports, softball really good, basketball, starting to, get things going. And, you played in a really tough conference in the Swell this year, and really kind of an iron sharpens iron kind of approach where you have to be on your A game every night. And I think that playing those kind of opponents really helped you guys here tonight.
Yes, for sure it did.
Yeah, what were the things that kind of stood out to you the most tonight? What things went well for you?
I definitely think that even when we were down, we made sure to stay up and work together as a team so that we could really stay strong together and get those digs and get the sets up so that our hitters could attack it really well.
All right, you know what Coach Mickey Beckwar is going to say heading into the matchup on Saturday as far as things that you guys are going to be looking to emphasize and improve on. What do you think she's going to be telling you guys ahead of that matchup on Saturday?
I think it's definitely going to be our serve receive. That was a little bit wonky tonight. And probably the harder teams we play are going to hit line more, so we got to cover line more.
All right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Yes. Congrats on the win. Go enjoy it. We'll see you then. All right, Rhiannon Nelson-Hahn, one of the Herm's Ace Hardware's MVPs, joining us for some post-match thoughts on our Breeze Wealth Management at Edward Jones post-match show. For Nelson-Hahn, I had her down for 15 kills on the match. And we'll see if we can get the attention of Mickey Beckwar. Maybe what we'll do is we'll spend a timeout. We'll see if we can get her thoughts after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 1 minute.
Get ready. Little Mania Wrestling is coming live. Experience the Raging Cage match with body slams, tag team chaos, and the wildest battle royal you've ever seen. Starring Cactus Crack, Nasty Boy, Meatball, Amish Outlaw, Mama Midget, Micro Wario, Daddy Cool, and so many more. Don't miss this family-friendly night of full throttle fun. Visit LittleManiaWrestling.com for tickets. Total Takedown, Total Mayhem.
Little Mania Wrestling All-Stars World Tour. Sunday, November 2nd at Grand River Center in Dubuque. Doors open at 3 p.m. Show starts at 4:30. Get tickets now at LittleManiaWrestling.com.
Are you looking for a new and exciting career? This is Jen Casper with Queen Bee Radio. We're currently hiring for people to join our radio and digital sales team. Queen Bee Radio is a fun and family-oriented work environment with unlimited growth opportunities. Life's too short to work where you're not having fun. Give me a call today at 608-349-2045, and I can tell you firsthand how my career in radio sales has been incredibly rewarding. Go to our social media pages or our websites and click on the career link for details on this radio and digital sales opportunity and to apply.
Model home sale at Homesteader Homes in Prairie du Chien for your first home or your forever home. If quality, comfort, and affordability are important to you, see their outstanding selection of modular and manufactured homes today. Homesteader Homes in Prairie du Chien is open 7 days a week for you to walk through their wide variety of locally built homes. So don't wait. Stop by or make an appointment today to get the best deal on your next home and join the Homesteader Homes family in Prairie du Chien, serving the tri-state area since 1982.
Oakwood Fruit Farm is overflowing with the flavors of fall. Stop by and pick up Honeycrisp, Cortland, Macintosh, and all your favorite apples. The bakery's full of apple cider donuts, along with take-and-bake pies and gooey caramel apples. And while you're there, fill your basket with fresh apple cider, cranberries, pumpkin, squash, and other seasonal goodies. And here's the best part. Every Tuesday, enjoy 10% off all apple purchases. Savor the season at Oakwood Fruit Farm, where every bite tastes like autumn.
Oakwood Fruit Farms, that's the one for family fun.
Post-game 1 minute.
More on the Breeze Wealth Management at Edward Jones post-match show on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore 3-1 winners over Cashton tonight. We're joined by the victorious head coach, Mickey Beckwar. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the win. How does this win feel for you and your girls?
Oh, my gosh. I can't even describe it. We knew we were kind of worried because the girls really haven't gone more than 3 sets, you know. So when we lost that third set, I was a little worried if mentally we can come back, and it proved that they can do it, and I think they needed that. Yeah, you mentioned during pre-match about Vivi Dempsey. She was going to get hers, and boy, did she have a big swing here tonight. A lot of smoke behind those hits. Talk about the adjustments that you had to make, especially after that third set, because as you said, mentally it's one thing, but also schematically trying to hold her off and not let her take control of the match. That's a tough hurdle to clear. Right. We were really trying to get her to not go line because she was killing us on the line, and trying to get that block up there to push her to go across court more. That's what we were hoping for. Yep, and you had 2 outstanding hitters tonight. I just talked with Rhiannon Nelson-Hahn a little bit ago. Brooklyn Ritchie again patrolling the front row. Talk about the hitters here tonight as well, because another pretty crisp performance by your players here tonight. Yeah, they're on fire. That's all I can say is they're just putting the ball down and doing everything that we ask them to do. So I don't want more we can ask for them. They're performing really well, and I hope they can continue that on. Is it a fair assessment that this is the best version of Fennimore volleyball? You want to be playing your best volleyball at this point in the season? Yes, definitely.
All right, and then looking ahead, I haven't heard the score of whether or not it's going to be Blair Taylor or Cochrane Fountain City yet playing in Arcadia, but we will follow the Golden Eagles to that match on Saturday. Have you done any scouting on either of those two teams, and what things are you going to be emphasizing with your team ahead of that matchup?
We have actually come against Blair Taylor before, so we've lost to them and we won to them, and that was without Ree. So I'm interested to see. They got a big hitter in the middle that we can hopefully maintain her a little bit more now that we have Ree back. Cochrane Fountain City, they're kind of about the same, team also. I think either one of them are going to be a competitive team to go up against.
Yeah, but talk about the Fennimore crowd tonight, because not only, you had the assembly for sending the cross-country teams to state, a great jam-packed environment here tonight. The football team's got a big game against Darlington tomorrow night. It's probably a good time of the year to be a Fennimore Golden Eagle right now, and the support was really outstanding here tonight.
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, it's just a great week to be an Eagle right now for us.
Yep, and hopefully that momentum carries into Saturday as well. We'll follow the Golden Eagles to the sectional championship and the opportunity to go to state. How crazy is that to think about from the beginning of the year to this point that you're on the doorstep of potentially playing at the Resch?
It was a goal we set, and whether it was going to be reality or not, and we just kept taking one step at a time, and it just feels awesome to be here.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how it plays out. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Go enjoy this win, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks.
All right, that's Mickey Beckwar, the victorious head coach for the Fennimore Golden Eagles. Fennimore defeats Cashton 3-1, 25-20, 25-16, 16-25, and 25-17. We'll take our final timeout, and we'll close up shop on the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-match show on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 1 minute.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
A fraction of a raindrop, 3 grains of salt, at up to 100 times more potent than morphine. The tiniest amount of illegal fentanyl is all it takes to cause an overdose. Fentanyl can be mixed into heroin, cocaine, pressed pills, meth, and other drugs. It could be in your drugs, and you wouldn't be able to see it, taste it, or smell it. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Post-game 1 minute.
Closing up shop on the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-match show on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore, your winner over Cashton, 3-1. Fennimore advances to Arcadia on Saturday, and they await the winner of Cochrane Fountain City and Blair Taylor for the opportunity to go to state in Division IV WIAA Volleyball. Mentioned earlier that Rhiannon Nelson-Hahn was our Herms's Ace Hardware MVP of the match, brought to you by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Herms's Ace Hardware will be the MVP for your next project in your home. Go to Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Let's talk about the scrapper of the match, brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. It's the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. I'm going to give this one to Kaylee Shapletsky of Fennimore, the libero, who had to chase down some very big hits by Vivi Dempsey here tonight for Cashton. Vivi Dempsey, boy, she's had a lot of smoke behind every hit that she had here tonight, and those are some hard hits and hard returns to track down, and saw a couple of them where Shapletsky couldn't quite get to him in time, and saw one even go in between her legs as she was trying to do the splits to keep him alive, but she did an outstanding job tonight, able to put the ball in play and keep things alive for Fennimore, and a big reason why Fennimore got the 3-1 win here tonight. So our West End Salvage scrapper of the match goes to Kaylee Shapletsky, the libero, for Fennimore. Let's do a final check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Wausau Newman wins 3-1, and the Wausau Newman Cardinals will take on the Highland Cardinals. On Saturday, we'll have that match on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. That match taking place in Fennimore. Wausau Newman defeated Eau Claire Emmanuel Lutheran. Southwestern forces set number 5, 25-22. Set number 5 in progress over on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And let's see, St. Ambrose defeated Barneveld. The 1 seed goes down, so Barneveld will still host the sectional championship on Saturday, but Barneveld will not play in that match. It'll be St. Ambrose taking on the winner of either Southwestern or Pecatonica. Again, you can catch the conclusion of that over on 97.7 Country WGLR. Earlier tonight, Marshall upsets Mineral Point, winning in straight sets, 25-20, 25-20, 25-13. So the Pointers have been eliminated. And those are all the updates that we have on the Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. You can catch our full scores tomorrow during News and Sports right here on Super Hits 106. Tomorrow night, high school football action resumes in the Level 2 playoffs. We have Platteville at Baldwin-Woodville on ESPN Radio, AM 5090 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fennimore is at Darlington over on X1071. Potosi-Cassville at Johnson Creek on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cashton at Blackhawk on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, streaming only. And Seneca-Wazeeka-Steuben at Hilbert on 97.7 Country WGLR, technology permitting also on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. RJ Osterhaus will have the task of piecing together our Saturday coverage plans for the sectional round of high school volleyball, and we will announce those tomorrow morning during News and Sports as well across our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. Well, that'll put a bow on our broadcast here tonight from Fennimore. Big thanks again to Jim Prohaska and the entire staff here at Fennimore High School for being gracious hosts, as always, helping us with our radio and streaming efforts here this evening. Thanks to both head coaches, Mickey Beckwar of Fennimore and Chris Kleba of Cashton for the pregame interviews, and also to Coach Beckwar and Rhiannon Nelson-Hahn joining me for some post-match thoughts on our post-match show. Thanks to all of our sponsors to help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school volleyball, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Dubuque Super Hits 106, KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Once again, your final. Fennimore defeats Cashton 3-1, 25-20, 25-16, 16-25, and 25-17. Fennimore improves to 30-11. They await the winner of Cochrane Fountain City and Blair Taylor for the sectional final on Saturday in Arcadia. And Cashton finishes their 2025 volleyball season with a record of 21-13. From the best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Duktanis. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night from Fennimore, and we'll see you tomorrow for high school football postseason action and on Saturday for sectional final volleyball. Good night from Fennimore High School.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 is KIYX Sageville, Dubuque, a Queen Bee radio station. On air at 106.1 and online at superhits106.com.
All the songs I love.